That's right. So joining us right now is former Deputy Assistant Secretary for Homeland Defense Strategy and retired Brigadier General Michael McDaniel. Thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Well, Michael, obviously the votes after 8 o'clock tonight, the votes will start to be tallied. If this thing gets really tight, and there's been talk of legal ramifications, what is the process to decide who the next president will be of our country?
Well, I expect that there will be some litigation. Both sides have indicated that they've got sort of a huge team of lawyers available in both states. And so we're going to expect some sort of litigation. I would say in Michigan, it's not going to be as intense as in other states where we're seeing that there have been last minute sort of changes to the rules based upon secretaries of state reacting to the pandemic. But that's not to say there won't be issues in Michigan. I think probably the most common issue will be the old signature matching. As your previous reporter indicated, we have a huge number, like 2.86 million total absentee or early votes, let's say, in Michigan. So whether they've got both envelopes, whether the signatures match, those are the type of issues I think that we're going to see with absentee ballots. And just so your voters, your listeners are aware, with absentee ballots, they have two election officials or workers looking at those, one from each political party, to sort of be a check on each other. So there's an inherent sort of balance built into the process. It also means it can take a while if we're doing it that way, but it will ensure a more fair process. So while I think that there will be litigation here in the state of Michigan, I don't think it will be as great as we're seeing in other states.
In your opinion, when do you think we'll have an idea of, who really won and who will be in the White House?
That's a real range. For example, the earliest would be, say, if Florida goes for Joe Biden, because we should know Florida early for two reasons. First, they close their polls early, and second, because they have instituted a law that allows them to actually process the ballots a couple of weeks in advance. So they should be able to tell us their numbers tonight. And if the president loses Florida, he's in a world of hurt. But if it comes down to the scenario like we saw in 2016, where the vice president wins all the states that Hillary Clinton won in 2016, and we're looking again at the states of Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania, that means it may be a while. Pennsylvania, I expect to be sort of the battleground state this time around, sort of like Florida was in 2000 when we had the famous Bush v. Gore case. So if that's the case, it could be literally weeks if it boils down to a state such as Pennsylvania, where we've got disputed ballots before we know who the president is.
All right. Michael, thanks for being with us this morning. We appreciate it.